The 5 most spectacular UFC KOs. If I asked you which KO move you could brag about for the rest of your life, who would you think of first? Some might say Barboza's spinning wheel kick. Number 5. Anderson Silva vs. Forrest Griffin. Silva's counter right while moving backward looked almost effortless, but that was the terrifying part. Griffin kept pressing forward, trying to use his size and pressure to trap Silva against the cage. Silva stayed calm, moving backward and making Griffin's punches miss. Then Griffin thought he had finally closed the distance, but his momentum had already carried him too far forward. Silva fired a counter right straight into his path. It wasn't brute force, it was perfect timing. Number 4. Jorge Masvidal vs. Ben Askren. One of the most famous opening KOs in UFC history. The fight had barely started when Masvidal sprinted forward and launched a flying knee directly into Askren's head, then finished with ground strikes. Official time, 5 seconds. The fastest KO in UFC history. It looked crazy, but Masvidal was reading Askren's biggest weapon, his wrestling. Askren lowered his level to shoot for the takedown. Masvidal put the knee exactly where he knew Askren would be. 5 seconds. Fight over. Number 3. Yair Rodriguez vs. the Korean Zombie. The craziest part? It happened with 1 second left. 5th round, 4:59. The fight was almost over and heading to the judges. Jung kept moving forward. As he attacked, Yair suddenly ducked underneath the punch and exploded upward with a reverse elbow from a completely unexpected angle. Clean hit. KO. The fight was over. Number 2. Edson Barboza vs. Terry Etim. A KO that looks like something from a video game. Barboza landed one of the most spectacular spinning wheel kicks ever seen inside the octagon. He suddenly spun, his hip generating incredible power, and his leg came around like a whip, landing flush on Etim's head. Etim dropped instantly. A legendary KO. And number 1, Edson Barboza's spinning wheel kick. If there is one image that represents pure UFC spectacle, this is it. The spinning wheel kick is extremely risky. You have to turn, lose sight of your opponent for a moment, and still control distance, balance, and timing. Barboza executed it perfectly. 1 spin, 1 perfect connection, 1 unforgettable knockout. The most spectacular UFC KOs aren't just about looking good. Silva's was about control. Masvidal's was about prediction. Yair's was about finding the blind spot. And Barboza's was about perfect timing and technique. The audience sees the final strike, but the experts see everything before it. Distance, timing, pressure, a mistake, and then, in one explosive moment, the perfect answer. That's what makes a UFC KO truly spectacular.